Hello everyone, it's Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So today I have a tag video. It's very funny because the last week and a half I actually was thinking I haven't done a tag video in a very long time, let alone one that was a Project Pan themed one. And lo and behold, the beautiful Sarah Rose here on YouTube has come up with one on her own. She has 10 questions and she actually tagged me to do it, and I'm so happy to do it. So I am here to share with you guys my answers to her questions. I will link her channel as well as all the questions down in the description box. So even if you don't have a YouTube channel and you do want to answer these questions, feel free to do it in the comment section. I love to hear the answers to these questions because they're very interesting. And you guys know that for a long time I've been panning, but I haven't officially considered myself a project panner until this year. And I'm happy to say that I am proud to be part of this community. So we are here to answer the 10 questions that Miss Sarah Rose has come up with. But before we get into it, if you're new to my channel, welcome to the familia. My name is Alejandra. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with an Asher Project Pan. If that is something that interests you, subscribe, join us, and now without further ado, let's get on with the answers. So question number 1, how long have you been project panning? So I've been here on this platform for a very long time, and the first time that I knew anything about project panning was actually a tag, believe it or not. I believe it was back in 2014. It was a tag where you had to hit pan on 5 products. I remember, if I even want to embarrass myself, I'll try to link that video in the iCards. But I remember that was my very first taste of project panning. After I finished that tag, because it wasn't something that was a long-term tag, most people just took it as a tag, as a silly thing, but didn't really dedicate themselves to it. So I continued to do it behind the scenes. So I continued to see what I could pan because I got addicted. As soon as I hit that tag, I knew this is what I wanted to do. But at the time, it wasn't a thing. Not many people understood it. Everyone was trying to get the latest and greatest, so I kind of felt like I was out of place, so I kept it to myself. Around 2015, 2016-ish is when I officially started to at least do one project a year. I tried to get myself to use more of my products to see what I can do, what I can challenge myself to do as far as panning, and ever since that, I've always project panned. It's just the last year, I would say the last 2 to 3 years is when I officially have really dived into it, and it has become a community where I feel so proudly to be a part of. So question number 2, what made you decide to start project panning? What did you hope to get out of it? So what made me start project panning again was this tag video, but I also wanted to, there was something in me where I felt guilty buying so much, but I knew at the time that's how you got noticed basically. And even till this day, the newest and latest release is what gets you views and gets you noticed. And I tried that, but I couldn't keep up, and I didn't want to keep up. I wanted something else for my channel. I wanted something else for my life. I didn't want to overwhelm myself with so many products, and I knew that doing that and doing it behind the scenes, I wanted to get into it more. I just didn't know how. I didn't know if it was going to be successful on my channel. I don't know if it was going to get a lot of views, if people even cared about it, but I'm glad that I took the plunge because it is some of my most viewed videos on my channel. Whenever I do a project pan update or intro, it's one of my most viewed videos on my channel, and it's something that I'm passionate about. It's not like I'm being forced to film it for views. I genuinely love it. Now, what did I hope to get out of it? I wanted to bring down my numbers of my makeup category. I realized that 1, makeup doesn't last forever, as much as I try to tell myself it does, because I try to make it work as long as I possibly could do it. And 2, I don't want to have so much stuff. I get anxiety, especially with certain categories. I get anxiety of knowing that I have so many things and it's not right. It's like gluttony basically. So I try not to, and I'm done very well with it, and it has helped me out tremendously. Know a lot about how long things last, what products are really good and which ones are not. A project panner, I think, is the best person to look at for reviews because they genuinely have finished a product up or have used it enough to know a lot about a product. Question number 3, how do you like to structure your project pan? Short seasonal projects, year-long rolling, or something else? When I first started, like I mentioned, there wasn't many videos out there about project panning. The community wasn't as big as it was today. So what I started to do was do year-long projects. I figured I'd pick so many products a year and try to pan them. That was a total failure for me. That's when I realized year-long project pans don't work for me. Up until this point, I have found a way to make year-long project pans work for me, and I've always been an advocate of switching and tweaking the rules to a project pan to make it work for your own style and your own way of panning. Otherwise, you're going to be discouraged and you're not going to want to continue to pan, because I have experienced that myself. So what I did was I realized that a lot of the products I chose would work for a certain season but not for another one, so I wouldn't use it all year long. I wouldn't be excited about the product after so many months, and I would get bored. I'm the type of person where I get bored of things rather quickly, so I need to either know it's going to be done quick, or I'm able to switch it out if I need a, mercy over here, take me out, take me out. So I gradually started changing it up. I started doing seasonal project pans, which were shorter project pans where I was able to choose products for that season and work it there. And then as the community has grown, themes have come out, different creative ways of project panning has come out. So I've been able to jump on board with them, even created some of my own, and it has helped me out. Now at this point, I am between 5 to 6 project pan challenges a year. I can be able to handle that many. At this point, back years ago, I was not even able to handle one. And I've been able to have a variation where I have seasonal ones, I have year-long ones. My favorite ones are rolling project pans because I always am motivated to pull something out to bring something else in. So I have a variety of everything right now as we speak, but back then I started out slow. Question number 4, what are your favorite ways to track your progress? I track my progress almost in every way you can think of. So I tally them up and I use index cards. I find that to be the best way to have them is through index cards. It's small enough for me to keep in my drawers and easy enough for me to tally and take pictures and show them while I edit. I also tally on the products themselves if it allows me to do that. Some products you can't really write on because it washes off, and then other products are easy enough to tally on there. The first thing I've ever done was photos, and I think photos is the most reliable and the easiest way to track your progress, because even though some products may not seem like you're doing much damage to, but then when you look at the picture of where you took it from the intro, you could see the difference in the product. Another one is keeping marks, like how many times you use it a month. If something you know is going to take you years to finish, but you still want to get some progress out of it, I normally do, I'll use this for 20 times, I'll use this for 30 times. I only use that type of method if I know the product is long term, or it's something very difficult for me to pan, to not discourage myself. I try to be the type of panner where I finish the whole product up or at least hit pan on it. That's how I do it, but many people do it differently. And the last and most recent way that I do keep up with my progress is weighing products. There's certain products I can't tally, I can't see through the packaging, but I still want to show some progress to you guys. I know you guys know I'm not lying when I tell you I use this so many times, but sometimes the numbers speak for themselves. So if I weigh something and then I weigh it later, it shows how much I've been able to use, and it gives you an idea how much you use per month. So I use every method differently in specific project pans and in specific products, if that makes any sense. So I use almost all of them. And yes, it takes me a very, very long time to edit a project pan video. Believe it or not, you guys, it is a lot of work. Question number 5, what products have been the easiest for you to pan? Well, if any of you guys are veterans of my project pans, most of you guys are shouting it out at the screen as we speak. Number 1 is my lip liners. For whatever reason, I can go through lip liners like crazy. Talk about lipsticks and lip glosses, you're looking at the wrong woman. I cannot do those at all, but lip liners for me, I use them every single time I put on a lip product, including today. I use them with every color possible. I also am really good at panning bronzers. Bronzers are something rather easy for me to pan. Foundations, concealers, powders, correctors, anything that is a complexion product, I am easily able to finish up or pan because I'm very committed to those products. For me, I don't need the latest and greatest. I don't want to try the latest and greatest foundation, powder, concealer, corrector. I just buy what I think is going to work for me and finish it off. That's how I am, and that's how I've always been with those products. I tried to get on that jump bandwagon. It did not work for me. I stopped real quick. I get anxiety when I have complexion products, too much of them, and I need to use them up. So for me, it's really easy to finish them off because I'm very committed and don't steer off my path when it comes to those products. 6, what products have been the hardest for you to pan? Well, a lot of you guys have seen my failures on camera, and I am not one to deny it. First and foremost have been lip products, minus lip liners. Lip products, my goodness gracious, I will never ever be that type of person that will be able to pan a lipstick, a liquid lipstick, any lip gloss. Like it takes me a very, very long time. I will probably never pan a full lipstick before it goes bad. I'm just gonna be blunt and honest with you guys. I am happy as long as I get use out of the lip product, and if it goes bad, it goes bad. Until I can get my lip product collection to a manageable number, I don't think I will ever be able to pan a lip product. It's just, I have to many want. I love the variety, and they're cream products, so they go bad faster than I can actually use them up. Another one is blushes. I've learned that the hard way. Some blushes, I will say, are easier to pan than others due to the formula and due to the size, but it's still very difficult to pan a blush. We all know, because I'm still panning a blush for 2 years now. 2 years, and I have yet to see the waffle pan on that sucker. Another product that I can honestly say is I found very difficult and something that I loved to buy that I no longer purchase because it only took me one of them to pan to realize,
Alex, you do not need to buy anymore.
That is a shadow stick. It took me last year 10 months, a brand new one, took me 10 full months of everyday use. Every single time I put on makeup, I was using that sucker, and it took me 10 months. Imagine if I didn't use it every day. That's when I realized I don't need shadow sticks like I have them. I have plenty as we speak right now. I have not purchased any, and I do not want to purchase anymore. I have every color I need and I want. I'm not buying anymore. That's another product that I found to be very, very difficult to pan as far as the longevity, even though I still love the product itself. Question number 7. Are there any types of products that you rarely or never put in a project pan? Yes. This is the first year where I actually have veered off away from makeup. I've always only panned makeup items. And if we're talking about me starting around 2015, that's about 4 years of project panning solely makeup. This is the first year where I'm actually putting some skincare and body care into my, and hair care. I actually do have hair care in my project pans this year, solely because I've gotten to a point where now that I am having about 5 to 6 project pan challenges in 1 year, it's gonna get harder and harder for me to continue to add more makeup when I only have one face to put it on. I'm not washing my face 3 times a day and slapping on makeup 3 times a day. So I decided to add a few things here and there that I know I have a difficult time using on my own. I don't hoard anything else but makeup, and recently I haven't been buying makeup, so technically I'm weaning off the makeup train and just using what I have. But genuinely, I do not buy anything else but just what I need. The one lotion, the one shampoo, the one conditioner, the one candle. I don't hoard anything else, you guys. So I don't really need to put those things in project pans, but I have been doing it because I know, for instance, hair care, I forget to use it. So maybe I'll put it in a project pan. Some body sprays, some body oils kind of thing, some facial mist, like that kind of thing. I don't tend to remember to use because it's like an extra step. It's like a luxury thing. It's like a pampering thing. It's not needed for me to live or continue to live my daily life. So I try to remember to incorporate those into my project pans. Recently I've been doing that, but I haven't done that up until this point. This is the first year I actually do it. Number 8, do you pan skincare, body care, or strictly makeup? I just answered that question. Do you guys? Majority of it is makeup. Very, very small amount is anything else. Question number 9. What is your number 1 advice for successful project pans? Now, I know there's gonna be a lot of repetitive answers to this question, and I think that I'm pretty sure the majority, if not all, that are going to be answering this question in this tag are gonna give you amazing advice. I have personally done multiple videos of tips and tricks to project pan, but the number 1 advice that I will give anyone, whether you are a beginner or an expert or in between, I think that this advice goes for anyone, and that is don't hate pan. I am very, very on that train. Like, don't hate pan. And I'm gonna explain to you why. Over the years, as I have seen this community grow, there has been many individuals, those on here that have a lot of followers or even smaller following on their channels, on their Instagram, whatever the case may be. I have always heard, I can't commit to this product. It just takes me too long. I don't understand how people can do this. I can't just sit to one thing. And I myself have been guilty of saying those things. But the majority of the time, I notice that it's correlated with a product that the individual doesn't like. If you're panning something you don't like, you will get discouraged. 9 times out of 10, you are going to fail. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to want to continue to project pan. Most of the time that I have seen this happen is because the person doesn't like the product. Don't hate pan, you guys. This is one thing that I always say whenever I see a video and I'm watching and an individual says, I don't know if I want to finish this. I don't really like it. It's not working for me. I don't understand how I'm going to finish this. The one thing I always remind people is while you are panning something you can't stand, the good, amazing makeup that you do have in your collection is getting older by the day. And by the time you get it, you may not even be able to enjoy it and use it. And you're going to end up throwing it out. So would you rather pan something that you can't stand or something that you absolutely love that's gonna come easier to pan and you're gonna love it on your face. So that's something to keep in mind. And I still see people hate pan, and do whatever you want to do. You've already spent the money, so it is what it is. I personally don't hate pan, and that's the one advice I give. If something doesn't work for me or I don't like it, I will find someone who is going to love it and enjoy it, so that way I feel like my money isn't being thrown in the garbage. I would rather find somebody that is going to enjoy a product that I don't like versus throwing it away, because that way I feel like my money is still worth it. It was still worth it for me to get it because I saw somebody else find joy in this product that didn't bring me joy, basically. Question number 10, has panning affected your makeup purchasing habits? If so, how? Yes! This is what I've been saying throughout this whole video. I am very, very happy that I followed my instincts and started panning more often and doing more panning videos on my channel and doing more challenges. I don't know why I'm sounding Texas-like. I think that it has been an amazing thing. I have learned my loves, what it is that I love as far as my makeup category, what I love to pan, what I enjoy to use, formulas, brands, techniques, anything you can think of. Only positive things have come out of me project panning. I no longer spend as much as I used to, nowhere near. My numbers are nowhere near. I have been so happy to say that since moving into this house, I have actually moved out storage units because they are emptied out from either decluttering or using on makeup. I have less storage in this room than I have ever had because of project panning, because of knowing how long things take, because of knowing that things do expire, because unfortunately things have expired on me that I absolutely love that I never got a chance to use. So it has changed a lot of things for me. I have said it multiple times in multiple videos, so I'm sure a lot of you guys that have followed me on my panning journey have heard this a million times. So yes, I don't see anything negative coming out of project panning if you're really dedicated and wanting to. Unless you are really wanting to commit, it's going to be successful for you. In one way, shape, or form, you're going to get something good out of it. But if you're the type that is just doing it because you're following the trend or this is what, is getting views, you may not get something out of it and you may actually hate doing this. So do it for the right reasons and you'll see that a lot of positive things come out of project pans. And I'm very, very happy. And not to mention that this community is amazing. They're very welcoming. You're getting all walks of life in this community. You're getting people in their later years getting into makeup, some younger girls that are or guys getting into makeup that are panning. So you're getting a variety of skin tones, undertones, ages when it comes to project pan, and there is no number, no nothing in this community. Like, you are welcome with open arms, and everyone is so encouraging and giving of tips to help you be successful. I wish the whole entire YouTube beauty community would be like this because it's really, really nice place to be. I'm so happy to be a part of it, and I've officially accepted it. I am a project panner, you guys. I am. And I know a lot of you guys have asked me to do project pans in Spanish. I don't know if that's something you guys want me to do. I used to do it. It is a lot more work for me, but if you guys want to see project pans in Spanish, I don't mind doing them. Me dicen abajo, por favor. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will link Miss Sarah Rose down in the description like I mentioned. If anybody else that I am following does this tag as well and you'd like to see them, they will also be linked down below. Do these questions if you want to and leave them down in the comment section. I love to hear your answers to these questions. I'll put more videos right over here for your enjoyment. Until then, bye.